Enterprise, Deporter, and Advent Press.
Good day, friends, and welcome to another exciting episode of the National Bible Bee Season 3. So by God's grace, we have been going through this, and these young people are doing so well. The last time we met, we did the first wild card, and we've seen Methodist Church secure their place in the quarterfinals. This is the next wild card context, and we want to know who is going to join those who have qualified and secured a place for themselves in the quarterfinals. My name is Chaplain Elom Edison, and I'm your host and quiz master. And today we have two churches who are also going to contest. But I need to remind you, this program is an initiative of Seed Spring Network in partnership with the Bible Society of Ghana, and it is proudly produced by Hope Channel Ghana. You can find them on YouTube, Hope Channel Ghana. On Facebook is Hope TV Ghana. You can also download the app and follow all of these contexts on your phone. We are also supported by a number of people who have come on board, including Nafas RN Ventures, including Sompahima Foundation, who brings together Cares Pharmaceuticals and Olive Health Diagnostic and Imaging Center. We also have Advent Press on the bill, who will sort you out with all your printing needs. And if you're asking how I'm looking splashy and sweet, my fabric was supplied to me by the Janika Enterprise, and it was neatly knitted by the Deporter. Thank you very much for joining us every time, and I know your prayers are with us. But to my left is the Divine Healers Church, and then to my right is the Salvation Army Church Ghana Territory. A round of applause for them. And so we will begin the context, but not after this break.
The National Bible Bee is an initiative of Seed Spring Network in partnership with Hope Channel Ghana and the Bible Society of Ghana.
Welcome to Janika Enterprise. Did you know that at Janika Enterprise, we're passionate about providing the finest quality fabrics for our customers? Our fabrics are carefully selected for durability, comfort, and style. From quilting to garment sewing, our fabrics will help you sew something truly special. Weddings, office wears, church wears, and everything occasions, Janika is your one-stop shop. Trust us for all your fabric needs. Visit us at Accra Central Opposite Fair Service Makola for all your fabrics. Janika Enterprise and Nuanono.
If you would like to support the National Bible Bee financially, please call 024-817-6916 or 020-050-0997.
Welcome back, friends, from the break. This is the National Bible Bee Season 3. As I mentioned to you, we have the Divine Healers Church, and then we also have the Salvation Army Ghana Territory. And I need to appreciate and recognize the coaches who have been mentoring and training these young people so they can come and bless our souls with the word of God. So for Divine Healers, Ni Ankra is the coach. A round of applause for him. And then for the Salvation Army Ghana Territory, I have Captain Emmanuel Kwanzaa. and Ezekiel Lamino. These are the coaches for Salvation Army. Yes, and it is interesting to have some of our leaders come on board and support their teams. So coming all the way from District B1 inside Region A2 is Elder Stephen Cranton. So if you are asking who is he, he's the youth director of the whole district for the Divine Healers Church. A round of applause for him. Elder, thank you for joining in. I know your team is motivated by your presence. So without further ado, we are entering into the first round of the context. And you know this context always comes with 4 rounds. The first round, which we call Mind Choice, churches have chosen books for which they want their questions to come from. So the Divine Healers Church, which book did you choose?
We chose the book of Ezekiel.
Okay, the book of Ezekiel. And then Salvation Army, which book did you choose?
I chose the book of Isaiah.
The book of Isaiah. All right. Now, before we launch into the context, I'd want you to, for the first time, again, maybe someone is watching for the first time, they don't know you, introduce yourselves to us.
I'm Okai Jacob Nilai from the Divine Healers Church.
I'm Simon Kwame, representing the Divine Healers Church.
All right. Salvation Army.
Nana Osuye Japan from the Salvation Army Ghana Territory.
Entry Anthony Kwame Brown from Salvation Army Territory.
All right. So remember, in this round, you would have 5 questions apiece. For every major question, you get for yourself 3 points. You'd have 10 seconds within which to reason into your answer. But if it comes as a bonus, you receive 2 points. And that is because you have chosen different books. All right? Are you ready? Okay. So the Divine Healers Church. Your first question. Your premise is Ezekiel chapter 14, verse 12 through 14. Here is the question. Who are the 3 men who will deliver themselves when God stretches out his hand in judgment against a land that has disobeyed him?
Please, we have Daniel, Job, and Noah.
He's right. The Salvation Army Ghana Territory. Your first question. Your premise is Isaiah chapter 8, verse 1. Here is the question. What was Isaiah instructed to write on a large scroll in Isaiah chapter 8?
Mahashala Hashbaz.
If you had waited a second more, you'd have been in trouble. But indeed, I knew why he took his time, because that seemed to be the longest word in the Bible. Mahashalal Hashbaz. He's right. He's right. He's right. The Divine Healers Church, your question indicates if this is a true or a false statement. You only have 1 attempt and it cannot go for a bonus. Your premise is Ezekiel chapter 10, verse 2. Here is the statement. The coals of fire from between the cherubim were gathered over the city. Is this a true or a false statement? The coals of fire from... Do you have an answer? The coals of fire from between the cherubim were gathered over the city.
It's true.
Okay. It's a false statement. The coals were not gathered, they were shattered. They were shattered. Salvation Army Ghana territory. Indicate if this is a true or a false statement. You only have one attempt. It cannot go as a bonus. Here is the statement premised on Isaiah chapter 14 verse 25. Here is the statement. The Assyrian shall not be destroyed in the land of Israel. According to Isaiah 14. Is this a true or a false statement?
False. False.
False statement. Indeed, he is right. It is a false statement. The Divine Healers Church, your next question. Complete this statement. Your premise is Ezekiel chapter 15, verse 6. This is the statement. Therefore, thus says the Lord God, like the wood of the vine among the trees of the forest, which I have given to the fire for fuel, so I will give you up there.
They're in a
Okay, so since you started, it means you have an answer. So you started before the bell went. So say what you wanted to say.
to the inhabitants of Israel.
Okay, so he is wrong. The answer is the inhabitants of Jerusalem. I was going to be graceful because you started on a good path. I had inhabitants, but it is inhabitants of Jerusalem. So that is a wrong answer. But a round of applause for them. So the Salvation Army Ghana territory, your question, your premise is Isaiah 11 verse 1. Complete this statement. I need two indicators from you. Here is your statement. There shall come forth a rod out of the stem of and a branch shall grow out of his
Jacob and roots.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, my final answer.
Okay, he says yes is final answer. But let me hold on to that final answer. If it came to you as a bonus, the Divine Healers Church, what would have been your answer?
Jacob and Rahel.
All right. So back to Salvation Army Ghana territory. You said Jacob and roots, but it is not Jacob. It is Jesse. Jesse. This was talking about the fact that David would come through, and through his generation we would have Jesus also come out of that root. So I would give you 1.5 over 3. Okay. So now your major question, the Divine Healers Church. Your premise is Ezekiel chapter 16 verse 10. Fill in the blanks. I need two indicators from you. Here is the statement. I clothe you in embroidered clothes and gave you sandals of badger skin. I clothed you with and covered you with
Lining and sink.
Come again.
Lining and sink.
Okay, so let me repeat what I heard. Lining and sink. Is that what you said? Okay. If it came to you as a bonus, the Salvation Army Ghana territory, what would be your answer?
Lining and silk.
Okay. So lining and silk and lining and silk. Okay. So since a bonus is supposed to go for 2 points, I would give 1 to the Salvation Army Ghana territory. So you were all wrong on the lining. Actually, it's supposed to be fine linen. Fine linen. So you were both wrong on that one. But then the silk is where Salvation Army got it right. So that's why I gave 1 to Salvation Army Ghana territory. So Salvation Army, now your major question. Your major question. I need 2 indicators from you. Your premise is Isaiah chapter 13 verse 10. This is the statement. For the stars of heaven and their will not give their light. The sun will be in its going forth, and the moon will not cause its light to shine.
Light and shine.
If it came to you as a bonus, the divine healers, you don't have an answer. All right. So that is very wrong. The 2 indicators were constellations and darkened. So it reads thus: for the stars of the heavens and their constellations will not give their light. The sun will be darkened in its going forth, and the moon will not cause its light to shine. The Divine Healers Church, your final question for this round. I need 2 indicators from you. Fill in the blanks. Your premise, Ezekiel chapter 17 verse 4. Here is the statement. He cropped off its topmost young twig and carried it to a land of He set it in a city of
Cedar, and then a land of trade.
Holding on to that answer, if it came to you, Salvation Army, as a bonus, okay, they don't have an answer. So now back to the Divine Healers. I'll give you 1.5 over 3. And the reason is that I needed trade and merchants. I only got 1. And so it reads in full: he cropped off the topmost young twig and carried it to the land of trade. That's what you got. He set it in a city of merchants. A city of merchants. The Salvation Army Ghana territory, your final question. I need 2 indicators from you. Your premise is Isaiah 15 verse 5. This is the statement. My heart shall cry out for his fugitives shall flee into Zoar like a
I'm starting with the second one, like a 3-year-old heifer, and then Dibon.
Okay. If it came to you as a bonus, the Divine Healers, what would your answer be? Okay, they don't have an answer. So I would give Salvation Army 1.5. So the one he started with, the 3-year-old heifer, is correct, but the other is supposed to be Moab. Moab. This brings us to the end of the first round of the National Bible Bee Season 3 between the Salvation Army Ghana Territory and the Divine Healers Church. A round of applause for them. So, this is how the score sheet looks like. At the end of the first round, the Divine Healers Church were able to pull for themselves 4.5 points, while the Salvation Army Ghana Territory were able to pull for themselves 10 points. Moving on into the second round, let me ask the Divine Healers Church, would you want to use a lifeline?
Yes, please.
Okay, so who is leaving us?
Simon is leaving us.
Simon is leaving, and who will be joining us?
Abigail.
Okay, so before we switch, let me go to the Salvation Army. Would you use a lifeline? They will not. So a round of applause for Simon. You have fought well. So friends, we go on a quick break, and when we return, National Bible Bee Season 3 Round 2.
If you would like to support the National Bible Bee financially, please call 024-817-6916 or 020-050-0997. Are you looking for roofing that stands the test of time? Welcome to KNL Roofing Limited, the trusted manufacturer of high-quality roofing sheets right here in Obuasi Kokobin. At KNL Roofing, we specialize in long-span, self-locking roofing, alu-zinc sheets, standard roofing sheets, embossed sheets, leasing sheets, IPR, and so much more. And here's the difference. Our roofing materials are imported all the way from Australia, ensuring you get only the best strength, beauty, and durability for your home, office, or project. With a 15-year warranty, free assessments, quick quotes, and timely delivery, KNL Roofing takes the stress out of roofing. No middlemen, no delays, just pure quality you can trust. And there's more. From now till 31st December 2025, enjoy a 10% discount on all church projects and for all church members. Call or WhatsApp us today on 053-6737-271 or 053-6733-209 or +61-432-600-027. You can also visit us at Factory Junction of Obuasi Kokobin off the Kumasi Bekwai Road. KNL Roofing Limited. Quality, affordable, reliable. Cover your home with excellence. Cover your future with KNL. The National Bible Bee is an initiative of Seed Spring Network in partnership with Hope Channel Ghana and the Bible Society of Ghana. Donors on the National Bible Bee are K-Pack Natural Mineral Water, Nafas RN Ventures, Sumpa Hema Foundation, Olive Health Diagnostics and Imaging Center, and Cares Pharmaceuticals Limited.
Welcome back from the break, friends. This is the National Bible Bee Season 3. Contesting now is the Divine Healers Church and the Salvation Army Church Ghana Territory. You are welcome, my lady. Introduce yourself to us.
I am Abigail Markwe from the Divine Healers Church.
Okay, Abigail, you are welcome.
Thank you.
You know the Abigail in the Bible?
Yes.
Have you met her before?
No.
Okay. But what about her do you like?
Her being pretty and then her being of knowledge, the knowledge she had.
Okay. So her being pretty part, I see that in you. But let's see how this round will go. Then I can judge you on the intellect aspect, okay? All right. So, friends, we are going into the second round, which we call the fastest finger first. But it's not really about the finger. It's about how your mind is able to reason through these clues. Clues will be given contestants, and whenever they feel that they have an answer, they are supposed to press their bell. Salvation Army Church, test your bell. All right. The Divine Healers Church, test your bell. Good. Their bells work fine. If they have the answer at the first clue, they get for themselves 5 points. At the second clue, 4 points. At the third clue, 3 points, in that descending order. But when they press without an answer, they lose points. Contestants, are you ready? All right, you are receiving 5 riddles in all. Your first riddle. This is a 4-clued riddle. Who am I? Who am I? I was a shepherd and a prophet. The Divine Healers Church.
David.
My name means burden. I warned of judgment, but also of hope. I had no priestly robe. No, the Divine Healers Church.
Melchizedek.
I had no priestly robe, no prophet's line. Who am I? The Salvation Army Ghana Territory. It's not so. I was a shepherd and a prophet. My name means burden. I warned of judgment, but also of hope. I had no priestly robe, no prophet's line, none other than Amos. 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 And where you could have gotten it was the second clue. Amos, his name means burden. I don't know of a prophet who was so burdened. Well, maybe you can talk about the one who walked naked or the one who was sown. But the reason I would not want to be in the position of Amos is that I don't like people choosing stuff for me, let alone choosing the woman I get to marry. And talk about choosing a prostitute for me. I can't do that. I can't do that. That was the burden God gave Amos. Your next riddle. Your next riddle. This is a 4-clued riddle. But remember, from the one that we just had, the Divine Healers Church loses 2 points for pressing twice without an answer, while the Salvation Army loses a point for pressing once without an answer. Who am I? Who am I? I was promoted and my seat was set. The Divine Healers Church.
Mordecai.
My seat was set above the others. I demanded reverence. I wanted to wipe out a people. The Divine Healers Church.
Haman.
It is Haman. It is Haman. Oh yes, and their risks are paying off. I wanted to wipe out a people. My intention was approved and documented, but carried out in a reverse manner. Now, because they got it at the third clue, they win 3 points for their team. A round of applause for them. This is Haman the prophet. And so, Jacob, whenever you dig a grave for someone, dig another one for yourself, okay? Your next riddle. Your next riddle. This is a 5-clued riddle. Who am I? Who am I? The heavens smiled, and riches came, a throne of peace, a world acclaimed. I asked not for gold, nor power, nor fame, but wisdom's light to guide my name. The Divine Healers Church.
Solomon.
And I'm sure the wisdom part gave it out to him. A round of applause for him. But for viewers who are still struggling, it continued thus. I built a house for God Most High. Its glory touched the morning sky. But love for many led me astray. An idol stole my heart away. I chased the wind. I lost the flame. Who am I, once crowned in shame? None other than King Solomon. Do you see him as a mentor? Did you see Solomon as a mentor, Jacob?
Yes, in a way.
Okay, in which way do you see him as a mentor?
The fact that God asked him of whatever he wanted, and then he asked for wisdom.
Oh, okay.
I like that fact about him.
Okay. And I'm sure what Jacob is trying to tell all of us is that even if someone is your mentor, you copy the good parts and you leave the bad parts. I'm glad he said he's not going to marry 300 okay. You'll be in trouble with your pastor. Okay. All right. So he wins for himself 4 points for his team. A round of applause for him. And that was because he got it at the second clue. So your next riddle, this is a 4-clued riddle. Who am I? Who am I? When one fell hard from grace and trust, I rose, not proud, but firm and just. The Divine Healers Church.
Paul.
No vote, no voice, no earthly nod, but chosen by the hand of God. I bore the name where shame had been, to stand with 12 and speak of him. Though little told, my faith was known. Who am I? By lot and spirit shown. Who am I? Who am I? Okay. Okay. The bell is gone, but Salvation Army, what do you have? Stephen. Okay. Who do you have? No, it's not Jephthah. Okay, so the Divine Healers Church loses a point for pressing once without an answer. But this is Matthias. Matthias. This guy is the one who replaced Judas. So I was expecting you to get it at least from the 3rd clue. I bore the name where shame had been. Or the 12th. Okay, to stand with 12 and speak of him. It is Matthias, the one who replaced Judas. You may want to speak up, okay, and then speak into the camera, the microphone, so we can hear you. This is the last riddle for the round, and so pay attention. The last riddle for the round. This is a 6-clued riddle, but if you still get it at the first clue, it is 5 points. So listen with rapt attention. And remember, after all the clues are done, you'd have 10 seconds still to reason through the answer. I'm expecting you to get this, so don't disappoint me. Who am I? Who am I? My name now echoes through the years, a tale of greed, regret, and tears. I walked beside the light of men, yet so I have the, are you present? Good. So I have Salvation Army first with the Divine Healers Church in waiting. So Salvation Army, what is your answer?
Judas Iscariot.
It is Judas Iscariot. It is Judas Iscariot. I can see your coach jubilating. He's been waiting for a moment like this to celebrate. So indeed, it is Judas Iscariot. And for you viewers who are wondering, how were they able to get it? So my name now echoes through the years, a tale of greed, regret, and tears. I walked beside the light of men, Jesus Christ. Yet darkness found my soul again. chosen 12, I held the purse. He was the treasurer of the 12. But Silver sang a darker verse. I kissed the face of holy grace and sold the lamb for Koi's embrace. I saw the truth but turned away and paid the price that none could stay. Who am I? Whose fall was steep, whose guilt ran deep, and death did reap? None other than Judas Iscariot. So they win for themselves 4 points. No, you got it at the first clue, right? Oh yes, then you get 5 points. Oh, a round of applause for them. Wow, you have done well. So 5 points for the Salvation Army Ghana territory. Friends, this brings us to the end of the second round, fastest finger first. They are doing well. These two teams, one of them will be moving on to the quarterfinals. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be the Divine Healers Church or the Salvation Army Ghana territory? Before we move on, the Divine Healers Church, are you going to use a lifeline?
No, please.
Okay.
No, please.
Salvation Army Ghana territory, are you going to use a lifeline?
No, sir.
Okay, they wouldn't be using a lifeline. So friends, I need to remind you this program is an initiative of Seedspring Network in partnership with the Bible Society of Ghana, and we are proudly produced by Hope Channel Ghana. If you want to sponsor this program, our doors are opened. You can call in. There is a number on your screen right now. Call us and we would rightly engage you so you can also be a partner of this. We will go for a quick break, and when we come back we will go on to round 3.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Safwa.
Hey,
Nana T.
hey, boss.
It's been a long while.
Yes.
Everything
yes.
fine?
Yeah.
But what are you doing
Calm
here?
down.
But what are you doing here?
I can't check my teeth too.
In fact, I'm also going to do same. So
You too?
Probably
You-
you do that after me.
You recommended a place for me. I can't be here.
Walking into Olive Dentistry, the excitement was unmatched. So you can see me beaming with smiles because like they have serene environment and highly qualified health professionals with very good health ethics. So whether it is scaling and polishing, that was what I actually went there to do. It is fillings, extractions, tooth replacement, braces, teeth whitening, and many more. Their comprehensive range of dental services caters for all your oral health needs. And oh yes, I love the part that she was teaching me how we normally brush our teeth and how we're supposed to be done. Guys, it was unmatched. And you see, they have a projection of how your teeth looks like, and you know whether you are doing it well. You see everything in there. All of these are at a very affordable price. Why wait? Come and treat yourself to the smiles you truly deserve. It is always Olive for you.
For organic cosmetic products that gives your body the royal treatment, for delicious and healthy meals at affordable rates for all events, for safety, comfort and convenience for that corporate, religious or fun trip, or delivery of that precious cargo all at affordable rates, kindly contact Nafas RN Ventures on 0246 345 050 or 0504 484 974. Locate us at Norwich Fit John Kasavubu Road opposite Coconut Grove Hotel. Email us at nafasnv@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, Nafas RN Ventures.
The National Bible Bee is an initiative of Seedspring Network in partnership with Hope Channel Ghana and the Bible Society of Ghana. The program is proudly brought to you by KNL Roofing Limited, Janika Enterprise, Deporter, and Advent Press. Donors on the National Bible Bee are K-Pack Natural Mineral Water, Nafas RN Ventures, Sumpa Hema Foundation, Olive Health Diagnostics and Imaging Center, and Cares Pharmaceuticals Limited.
Welcome, friends, back to the National Bible Bee Season 3, and we have the Divine Healers Church contesting with the Salvation Army Ghana territory. Just before the break, we ended the second round fastest finger first, and this is how the score sheet looked like. The Divine Healers Church were able to pull for themselves 3 points. And at the same time, the Salvation Army Ghana territory were also able to pull for themselves 3 points. So now going into the next round, which we call the puzzle. Here I get to relax and they do all the heavy work, okay? So there are 20 words that are spread across a word chart. They are supposed to identify all 20. For each they are able to identify, they win for themselves 3 points. They are supposed to cross from the first letter of the word to the last letter of the word. They are not supposed to add or take away from it. Yes, you are asking in this contest now, so far, I know that someone is actually holding a record for 36 points. In the previous season, I know that Salvation Army were the record holders for pulling 45 points. I don't know if this time that magic will work for them. I don't also know what the Divine Healers Church is also bringing to the fore. But I'm sure within the next 3 minutes, we will get to see. So at the sound of the bell, they would come to their screens and begin. They would have 180 seconds within which to work, which translates to 3 minutes. Friends, are you ready? All right.
National Bible Bee is an initiative of Seed Spring Network in partnership with Hope Channel Ghana and the Bible Society of Ghana. The program is proudly brought to you by KNL Roofing Limited, Janika Enterprise, Deporter, and Advent Press. Donors on the National Bible Bee are K-Pack Natural Mineral Water, Nafas RN Ventures, Sumpa Hema Foundation, Olive Health Diagnostics and Imaging Center, and Cares Pharmaceuticals Limited.
Welcome back, friends, from that puzzle. It's interesting how these teams are wrestling at each other, trying to secure a place for themselves in the quarter-final. So we just had the Divine Healers Church able to identify 10 out of 20, and I think that is a step up because from the previous one they didn't get this much, but they have chalked for themselves 30 whole points for this round alone. A round of applause for them. And then now Rabin showed us with the Methodist Church, whom I believe also set a record in this context. They have also gotten a par with them. That is the Salvation Army Ghana territory are able to identify 12 out of 20, bringing it all together 36 points. But there is more. I believe the fourth round will be a game changer in all of this. So, Divine Healers, are you going to use a lifeline?
Yes, please.
All right. Who will be leaving us?
Abigail will be leaving us.
Abigail will be leaving, and who will be joining?
Simon again.
All right. Simon will be returning. Now, the Salvation Army Ghana territory. Are you going to use a lifeline?
Yes, you are using.
Okay. Who is leaving?
Yeah,
you are both leaving. All right. So, friends, even as we bid them bye-bye, we are going to continue the fourth round. And I know it will be interesting. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break.
Welcome to Janika Enterprise. Did you know that at Janika Enterprise, we're passionate about providing the finest quality fabrics for our customers? Our fabrics are carefully selected for durability, comfort, and style. From quilting to garment sewing, our fabrics will help you sew something truly special. Weddings, office wears, church wears, and everything occasions, Janika is your one-stop shop. Trust us for all your fabric needs. Visit us at Accra Central, opposite the Fair Service, Makola, for all your fabrics. Janika Enterprise and Nuanono.
If you would like to support the National Bible Bee financially, please call 024-817-6916 or 020-050-0997.
Welcome back from the break. Contesting now is the Divine Healers Church and the Salvation Army Ghana territory. We finished 3 rounds already, but we are now moving into the 4th round. And I know the 4th round is a game changer because this is where the wonders and miracles happen. I don't know who is going to make their way into the quarterfinals, joining the rest who have already made their way. But as it stands now, the Divine Healers Church altogether have pulled for themselves 37.5 points, whilst the Salvation Army altogether have pulled for themselves 49 points. But I know this round is going to be the determining factor. Is the Divine Healers Church going to catch up, or Salvation Army is going to distinguish themselves. Welcome to the fourth round, which is the spoken word. Here, the rules in round 2 applies. At any time when the clue is being given and they feel they know the answer, they can press their bells. Divine healers, test your bell. All right. Salvation Army, test your bell. Okay. So, when they press, they are supposed to identify the text. If they identify, they win for themselves 2 points. Based on the content of the text, they also receive extra points. They are going to receive 4 spoken word text all together in this round. Friends, are you ready? Salvation Army, are you ready? The Divine Healers, are you ready?
We are ready.
All right. Okay. So, Salvation Army, I'm seeing new faces for this round. Kindly introduce yourselves to us.
My name is Justice Kwanzaa, representing the Salvation Army.
Okay.
Cranton Angela, Salvation Army.
All right, you're welcome. Simon, you were with us in the first round, so we know you. You're not a new face now. All right, so I wish you well, and let's see how the fourth round goes. Your first spoken word text. And this is a 5-point spoken word text. In other words, if you're able to identify, you win 2 points. And if you're able to recite, you win 3 extra points to make 5 all together. Here is your cue. The word of God never fails. And in Isaiah, we are told that when the Lord speaks until it fulfills its duty, the Divine Healers Church.
1 Thessalonians 5 verse 23 to 24.
In Isaiah, the word of the Lord never fails. But which text in the Old Testament did the prophet mention that all the words of the Lord came to pass as he promised? Okay. Salvation Army, do you have something for us? Okay. So the text I was looking for is Joshua chapter 21 from 43 through 45. And what should have given you the cue was 45, where it says, "Not a word failed of any good thing which the Lord has spoken to the house of Israel. All came to pass." All came to pass. Your second spoken word text. This is a 7-point spoken word text. It means 2 for identification and 5 for accuracy in recital. This is the clue. It is interesting when ministers preach different messages. But in which text did all the Levites come together? Okay, so I have the Divine Healers Church who pressed first with the Salvation Army Church Ghana Territory in waiting. So, Divine Healers, what do you have?
Nehemiah chapter 9 verse 6 to 7.
So let me go to the Salvation Army Ghana Territory.
Nehemiah chapter 9 verse 5 to 6.
He is right. So, for pressing first without an answer, they lose a point. But for Salvation Army, for pressing with an answer, you have already won 2 points for your team. You have 5 more points to win. I believe Justice, right? You are going to recite.
Yes,
so Justice, recite Nehemiah chapter 9 from verse 5 through 6.
Nehemiah chapter 9 verse 5 through 6. And the Levites, Jeshua, Kadmiel, Bani, Hashabniah, Sherebiah, Hodijah, Shebaniah, and Pethahiah said, stand up and bless the Lord your God forever and ever. Blessed be your glorious name, which is exalted above all blessing and praise. You alone are the Lord. You have made heaven. The heaven and the heavens, with all its hosts. You have made the earth and everything in it, the seas and all that is in them, and you preserve them all. The host of heaven worships you. Amen.
A round of applause for them. Justice, you have done well for your team. And I think that it is commendable. These names sometimes are difficult to pronounce, especially the names of these Levites. I don't hear people in contemporary times naming their children. Joshua, Kadmiel, it's a nice name. Bani, Hashabniah, Sherebiah, Hodijah, Shebaniah, and Pethahiah. The moment you were able to get all of these names right, I knew you were on the right path. The only challenge was with the less difficult part, the verse 6. The heavens of heavens, but you said the heavens and their heavens. That was the first error. And then with all their hosts, and you said with all its hosts. So for the 2, I take 0.25 from it, and it takes 0.5 from the entire 7 mark. So he earns 6.5 for his team. Your third spoken word text. This is again a 7-point spoken word text. It means 2 for identification and 5 for accuracy in recital. Here is your clue. We are supposed to go on God's errands to draw souls for Him. The Divine Healers Church.
Jonah chapter 4 verse 1 to 4.
Simon, you were not supposed to get it at this stage. Because there were a lot of texts that look like it. And so you have to give me a high five. Wow. 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 Anyway, I'm the only person who knows what is going on in my mind. Wow. This is commendable. This is really commendable. Simon, Jonah chapter 4, verse 1 to 4. For 5 more points, recite.
Jonah chapter 4 verse 1 to 4. But Jonah was exceedingly displeased and became angry. So he prayed to God. So he prayed to God and said, "O Lord, is this not what I said when I was in my country? Therefore, I fled previously to Tarshish, for For I know that you are I know that you are a merciful and gracious God, slow in anger, and abounding in love kindness. Therefore, Lord, please take my life from me, for it is better for me to die than to live. Then God said to him, Is it good for you to become angry?
A round of applause for him. At least he has tried. And for me, for the fact that he got it at the time that he got it, surprises me. I'm still thinking how, are you sure you don't have a secret weapon in you? I think this is a record. Anyway, you did splendid with identification, so 2 points is already for you in your corner, but the recital didn't go pretty well. In fact, the very first one, but it pleased Jonah exceedingly. All of that part, you arranged it. And then, so he prayed to the Lord, but you said he prayed to God. And in his statement, oh Lord, that is what you said. But what he said is, Lord. Jonah was really pissed with God. It's like, God have sent you to go and save life, but now you are angry that they have really been saved. It beats my mind. Why? Okay, and then, was not this what I said when I was in my country? That's how you rearrange it. You are a gracious and merciful God. You said merciful and gracious God. You abundant and in loving kindness. You says abundant in loving kindness. And the last part, then the Lord said, is it right for you to be angry? But you said, is it good for you to be angry? Maybe you need to design your own version of the Bible. The Simonic version of the Bible. But it's fine, you have secured your 2 points. So I'll give you half of the 5 point, 2.5 out of the 5. So when you add it to your 2, that comes to 4.5 points. He still deserves a round of applause. So the final riddle, final spoken word text for this round, and this is a 9-point spoken word text. A 9-point spoken word text. It means if you are able to identify, you earn for yourself 2 points, and if you are able to recite accurately, you earn for yourself 7 points. And it is the final one. So listen with rapt attention. Listen with rapt attention. In her music, the goodness of the Lord, C.C. Winans displays okay. So wait. So the deeper the Divine Healers Church pressed first, and we have the Salvation Army Ghana Territory in waiting. All right. So the Divine Healers, what do you have?
Psalm 34, verse 1 to 10.
So Salvation Army Ghana Territory, what do you have?
Hebrews chapter 10, verse 23 to 25.
Okay, so let me talk about C.C. Winans the more. Okay, I love her music. So in her music, the goodness of the Lord, she recounts how the Lord has been good to her over the years in her career and in her family life. Now, which Bible writer also recalls to mind, okay, in relation to what the Lord have done in the former things of old, declaring that there is no one like him as the God of Israel. The Salvation Army, Ghana Territory.
Psalm 90 verse 1 to 4.
That is wrong. Okay, so the bell is gone. The bell is gone. So they both lose points each for pressing without an answer. But I'm sad that they were not able to get 9 points. Okay, so for salvation, you press twice. Right? Good. So you lose 2 points. And then the Divine Healers Church loses a point. The text that I was looking for, which would have earned you 9 beautiful points, was Isaiah chapter 46 from verses 8 through 11. And these 2 verses should have given you the text. Remember this and show yourselves, men. Recall to mind, talking about the goodness of the Lord. O transgressors, remember this, former things of old. I am God and there is none other. I am God and there is none like me. This should have given the text away. Friends, this brings us to the end of this context between the Divine Healers Church and the Salvation Army Church, Ghana Territory. A round of applause for them. I don't know how the score sheet looks like yet, and I'm not sure who is making their way into the quarterfinals to join those who have already earned their place. But it has been a very interesting context between these 2 churches. They have fought, and I can see the grit within which they have done this. God bless you so much, you, for coming on board and for doing this. This program is an initiative of Seedspring Network in partnership with the Bible Society of Ghana, and it is produced by Hope Channel Ghana. At the end of the 4th round, this is how the score sheet looked like. The Divine Healers Church were able to pull for themselves 1.5 points. At the same time, the Salvation Army Ghana Territory also pulled for themselves 4.5 points. Now, this is how the score sheet looks like in total. The Divine Healers Church altogether pulled for themselves 39 beautiful points. While at the same time, the Salvation Army Ghana Territory also pulled for themselves 53.5 points. In other words, making their way into the quarterfinals is the Salvation Army Ghana Territory. And also going to prepare and come back for the next season of the National Bible Bee is the Divine Healers Church. So, Jacob and Simon, you have done really well. I want to ask you, what is your take on the National Bible Bee? I know this is your first time joining the National Bible Bee, but we have enjoyed your presence. What is your take on this program, the National Bible Bee?
All right. For me, I think it's a very good initiative because it creates a platform for us to sit and then learn, more about God's word. And with this, it's kind of fun.
Okay.
Yeah, let me put it down.
You enjoy it, right?
I really enjoy it.
Sure.
I really enjoy it.
Sure. Sure. And who says we should not enjoy the word of God? A round of applause for them. You have done well. But remember, Jacob, the assignment I gave to you. I told you that when you go back, go and join your choir. Okay. Yes, I love your bass. So I'm thankful that Elder Stephen Cranton is here. He's the youth director of the whole district B1 inside region A2. Thank you very much for the Divine Healers Church for joining in Salvation Army Ghana territory. It looks like all hope was lost for you in your last contest, because I think within the context you had the least in losing out with 16 points. But now you have chalked 53.5 points and it has earned you a place in the quarterfinals. How do you feel about it?
Emotional, but I'm happy as well.
She says emotional, but then she's happy as well. Did your captain anoint you before coming? Of course, he did.
The leading team also.
And the leading team also fired you up with the score that they got for you and all of that. So friends, this is what time will allow us for the National Bible Bee. Yes, Salvation Army is going to join Methodist, the SDA Church, the Apostolic Church, the Deeper Life Bible Church, and others in the quarter-finals. I don't know how this thing will turn out, but watch this space as we go through the National Bible Bee competition season 3. It's been interesting also coming your way. My name is Chaplain Elom Edison. I'm your host and your quiz master. God bless you as you go through this. I'm out.